what your name is and how old you are?
Campbell Gilmore. Wait, full name?
Campbell Gilmore's fine.
Campbell Gilmore, and I'm 11.
Okay. And can you tell me something about technology that is interesting, new in your life? You just got a...
New phone.
Yeah, your first phone, right?
First.
Yeah. And how's that going so far?
It's fun.
Yeah?
Like texting my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing if they're going to come to the pool.
Yeah. Do most of your friends have phones?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Do they have smartphones? Like iPhones?
iPhones.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, awesome. Alright, and how much do you think that technology like TV, iPads, iPhones, the internet affects your life? Do you use it a lot or a little or?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I would want to like go out and play or go to the pool when my friends are like either outside or at the pool.
Mm-hmm.
But other times when like there's just like nothing to do, nobody's home. Like today, I was just texting my friend because she's at Long Beach Island.
Mm-hmm.
And my neighbors, the Allens, aren't home, so I just like sat there like.
You just held a conversation and okay.
Talked to
cool.
my friend, so.
And tell me about how much you use technology at school.
Well, don't use it that much. I mean, for like testing, IA testing. In writing, we use it a lot for typing like projects and letters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then mostly for tests.
Mm-hmm.
We did use computers, and then I think we have some projects we do on the computers. We did slideshows.
And can you tell me all the different kinds of devices you have, like phones?
I have an iPad mini, an old iPhone 3 that I don't use. Like I've used it 2 times
Mm-hmm.
in the past year, but a few years. And then I have the iPhone 4 that I'm using for calling and texting and stuff. It used to be my mom's phone, but then she got the 5 for her birthday a couple years ago, and she basically gave her phone to me because of like I couldn't use my 3 to get many apps that are new and that I liked. So I used that, and I still have it. And then at the end of the summer, during school, going into the school year, I might get a new phone. Well, like it's gonna be a used phone, but it'll be a newer version.
Yeah. So, what kinds of rules do your parents have for you about using technology, and what about school? Do they have special things you can and can't do?
Well, they're kind of like, I don't know, since I just got it in the summer, so I don't know what the schools are going to be. But normally I have to turn it in about 8 o'clock, 8:30. We haven't been doing that the past week because my mom hasn't been here and she enforced that rule.
So you have to give it over to your mom?
Well, no, mostly I just turn it off.
Okay.
And my iPad has the same thing. But, yeah.
But can you do like whatever you want on it, or is there certain apps you can have or can't have, or is there websites you can go to?
Dad has this thing where I can type in my own password and stuff, but I have set up this thing where it's like I have to like type in my password again, and there's this thing called that you have to ask. So I have to hit the ask button, and then it goes to my dad as a request, and if he declines the request, it means I can't have the app or the ringtone or whatever you want to buy on iTunes or at the App Store. And then if he accepts it, I just have to type in my password again, and then
download
it downloads.
And does he usually accept it, or does he decline?
Mostly he accepts it, because like I only buy apps that like sometimes my friends request or I've had for a while.
And when he declines it, why do you think he declines it?
He hasn't declined, like...
Has he declined anything?
I don't think so in the years I've had it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. And then, is there, for the internet, are there certain websites you're allowed to go to? Or do your parents have something where they can see what you're doing on the internet?
Well, like, I just mainly go to YouTube and do, like, Nike store and sometimes look up stuff for, like, well, sometimes I just look up things that I want to find prices for and stuff. But I can't watch any videos or anything when I'm out of the house.
But when you're in the house, can they see what things you're doing or not?
I don't know. I haven't told you that about that.
Okay, but you usually just go to like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. And then tell me about the camp that you went to that used the iPad.
Well, so the art camp, they had this like lock thing where you have to like, they have a passcode and you don't get to know the passcode. But they have to unlock it and stuff. And then we have this one thing where you can only stay in one app at a time. But if there's like, sometimes they turn it off, and when you want to look up pictures or something, they will sometimes let you.
Like if you want to draw
Safari.
something based on a picture.
Normally they have no Safari. But on some iPads, when people aren't there, they used it. Last day for me, when I was working on a project, a final project, they one of them let me go on Safari and take some screenshots of stuff that I wanted.
And do you think that drawing on the iPad helps you draw on paper with a pencil and stuff?
I don't know, because like there's the pen, and it has like a little tip that's kind of roundish.
For the iPad.
Stylus. It's like round, small, it's a little round. It's like half a sphere. It's kind of rubbery. It's like, it's not sharp, so it's kind of hard. So I think using a pencil and stuff is easier, but it definitely has much more stuff that you don't have to have in your hands. You just have to have your like stylus, one stylus, and then you can click on different, whatever color you want, and kind of customize the color a little bit, and you can like use different things like a ruler, like not a ruler, it's a roller, and then different oil brushes, pencils, airbrush, and stuff where you don't have to have all that stuff like lined up beside you. It's all on just like this one keyboard where you just have to tap it.
So, do you think that the apps that you use in school and at camp and whatever, do you think those make you learn, like help you learn?
Well, probably in school year I might like have some apps. I don't know if they let you use your phone for like research or stuff instead of having to go to another classroom or go get a computer off a cart or something. You can just like pull out your phone and like look up for research. Like, well, what we've talked about mainly sometimes is where if you go on a website, like for the science fair, if you go on a website to look up stuff for your like hypothesis and stuff, or like your explanation of what's going on with Frisbee, well, that was mine. It was a Frisbee project. So yeah, I was looking up stuff about like drag and lift and stuff. And so then they like, I couldn't copy the words exactly. I had to like kind of make it my own sentence, but based on the other sentences. So.
Okay. Do you think that when because you have a phone, that stops you from wanting to go outside and play and, do stuff with your friends? Do you think that that's like, oh, I could just stay inside and play on my phone all day? No. Would you rather do that, or would you rather go to the pool and play outside or whatever?
I would rather go to the pool and stuff because, like, I mean, I can actually see my friends and talk to them instead of having to like type up something like long and then send it, then wait for a response, and then respond, and then wait. And you can just like tell them. So.
Right, you like that better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And when you are you texting about like making plans to hang out, or are you just talking about what kind of stuff do you talk about? Just normal.
Well, not much. We talk about stuff. We just talk about normal stuff. Sometimes we ask if we're going to the pool, or about stuff about the pool. Outside, if we want to meet up somewhere. About something that happened. I don't know. Something that's happening.
Yeah, so you wouldn't say you just sit inside and play on your phone all day?
No.
And then, how about on a rainy day? If you're inside, what kind of stuff do you do? Do you draw? Do you read? Or do you like play video games and watch TV?
Friends are home. I normally try to go over to their house. We play floor hockey. But
real floor hockey? Or?
No. It's like on mat. It's like little.
Oh, okay.
To have one somewhere.
It's fine. I just thought you meant
like those.
Okay, cool.
But yeah.
So you play games. You don't like go over and play video games all day. Cool. And as you grow up, do you think that technology is helping you in your life, or is it making you, not be as friendly and stuff with your friends, or what?
Oh, well, like, it depends on if there are apps that you think are more like addicting. They're making apps that you think are going to be more addicting, and you just want to stay inside and play all day.
Do you know people that do that? That you just use apps and just play all day?
I don't really know. I haven't asked anybody about that, but yeah, my neighborhood is likes to go outside and play sports and stuff. So we do that. That's what I know.
What kind of apps do you think could be addicting?
Flappy Bird was.
Oh yeah.
I remember that. There's this game called Zigzag. Catch app games are addicting. They can be really addicting. So.
Yeah. How long? What's the longest time you've stayed playing a game on your phone? Like 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours?
A few hours.
Really?
Because Clash of Clans is kind of addicting because you can you talk to your friends, attack people. It's a fun app. It's a fun game.
And do your parents get upset with you if you've been playing for a long time?
They just told me to stop, and I can't really do anything else electronically the rest of the day.
Do they have a punishment that they do if you play too long?
No, because normally they just they're there. My dad might be working one day, a weekend he's going on his computer and looking up mostly Michigan stuff. Stuff like that. But he will eventually he'll say that I had to take a stopping point, or if I can take a stopping, or I should pick a certain stopping point. And if he says if I want to do some more later, he'll say that it's time to stop. I want to play more later, or I can decide to keep going on and just not have much time later.
Hi there, how
Hello.
are you?
Good.
Sorry,
No, it's
you
fine.
entered into them.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So you said you could play Clash of Clans for hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you like playing that? Would you rather play that for hours, or would you rather play outside?
Sometimes I would balance it out. Sometimes I would play more sports outside. Sometimes I would just stay inside when it's not fun outside and there's nothing to do. My friends are at another friend's house or doing something else. But
Do your parents use them a lot for work and for their selves?
my dad normally uses his computer, but sometimes he likes to look at stuff on his phone. in his watch, Apple Watch. now.
Okay, so they're pretty tech savvy. They know what they're doing with apps and stuff. Cool. And because your generation does have more technology, do you think that you guys that helps you guys more, or do you think it hurts you because some people will play games all day inside and not go and make real friends?
Well, it depends on what kind of person you are. If you like to play video games and you're like not much of a sports person, then it would probably affect you because you're staring at a screen all day.
Mhm.
Which I used to do because I really liked iPads and stuff because I had been used to what I had, the limits I had, so I would always push them and use them a lot. But once you get used to them, you kind of can balance it out, and you like sports, and you have good friends that you like to play with, and they also like sports. You get to you'll have fun, playing with them, and then going on your phone or something for a little bit longer.
Are you glad that your parents set rules and limits so that you don't get too carried away and spend the whole day on apps?
Sometimes, yeah. When my friends are home and they want me to play, and then they're just my parents will most likely force me to go outside and play. Which I'm kind of happy because once I get out there,
You're glad they did that.
I
Yeah.
like to play with them because they're my good friends.
Mhm.
But sometimes when nobody's home, and there's nothing to do, it's raining outside, I wish they had just let me play more. But sometimes when it's like that, I can find things to do. Earlier I was doing Legos with my sister.
So even if it's a rainy day, you still know that there's other games and stuff you can play inside. And you can play them with your sister, so.
Sometimes.
So with your sister, she's 5, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever show her the apps that you play with or your phone? Or?
Sometimes. I had this Zigzag. That was kind of a catch-up game I mentioned before. And it was really fun. I liked it. I like it. It's pretty good. And I showed her, I had a challenge between my mom and my sister who could get farther.
So you guys all played on the game?
I showed them
it's an app,
game.
right?
It was what they played once or twice each. My sister's practically got 8, which is good, pretty good, when she's never seen the app before. But she liked it at first, and then once I stopped playing it, I played different games and stuff. I didn't really she lost interest in it. So.
Yeah, cool. And so do you think that because you guys have technology and probably in the next couple of years and in the future there's going to be more and more and more kinds of stuff and more advanced, do you think that that's going to help humans overall, help them with doing things and learning new things, or do you think that people are going to use it so much that they forget how to, talk to each other and stuff?
Well, it depends on what kind of technology it is. If it's a kind of technology where you can basically texting, but where you can directly, well, it's kind of calling, but you can use your head to put something on the screen and then just hit send. But because that will affect your brain, and then you might, if you do that for too long, you could be what's the word when you're talking to them? What's the word I'm looking for? And you don't know what to say.
Right.
Because you've just been using your mind, and you think that just using your mind and trying to say something is gonna be just using your mind and just having it right there would help, but it doesn't. But and then if it's good technology that helps you, you don't have to carry something around, something big around, they're starting to make these digital keyboards where you can have little don't know, it's kind of like some light, I guess. And then it like programs it onto your desk, and you can just like type onto it. Like it's just like a keyboard that's not there, so you can just like carry that little thing around instead of having to carry that big keyboard and computer there. You can bring your you just need a screen,
Mhm.
and then you just have the keyboard there, that little small thing instead
Right.
of the big.
Mhm. And do you think sometimes if you haven't talked to someone like with you using your mouth or talking, with speech for a long time, if you've been like texting for a long time and haven't talked to anyone, do you think like when you start to talk to someone again, you're like, ugh, like, you can't find your words? Does that ever happen to you?
No, I mean, like, I don't usually text a lot because my parents are always like, it's time to stop.
Right. So they're pretty
And-
strict about stuff.
Yeah.
And do you think
So-
that's good? Do you think, like, you might probably
Yeah.
get annoyed, but you're like, oh, I know they're just doing the right thing.
Yeah.